Hello, this is Grand Admiral Thrawn here, doing another YouTube video for you. Now, the story behind this video here, by the way, word of warning, I'm using fraps, and I'm using free fraps because I'm a cheap bastard. So, this video may be broken up a little bit, I'm going to have to keep hitting the re-record thing. But yeah, the story behind this battle is that me and a fellow YouTube, actually a fellow YouTube poster apparently, Justin Ryan 553, well, we both played a game together, and by the way, that was a fraps jump right there. If that was annoying, then beware, be warned in the future. Anyways, yeah, we both played a bridge battle in which it was me playing the Germans and playing the Macedonians. Really, it was an experiment to see if berserkers could break through a wall of royal pikemen. Turns out they can't. So, anyways, we decided on a rematch, which was Rome versus Rome, me the Julii Romans versus him the Bruttii Romans, just to see basically who was the grander tactician. This was a lot of fun. The setup's still going on a little bit. I'm going to fast forward a little bit just to get through this here. Battle started. Alright. So I'm playing the Julii Romans. My army consists of 6 urban cohorts, 6 Praetorian cohorts, 4 Praetorian cavalry, as well as also 4 Triarii. You might be wondering why the heck are those Triarii there? Well, turns out Triarii, they're really cheap, and they're really good against... I found that it's really good to take along a couple of them to just about any battle you play as the Romans, because they're basically a really good thing to keep behind your lines and keep the cav from sandwiching you, which can be really deadly, because basically Roman cav sucks. Speaking of Roman cav sucks, my opponent brought 6 Praetorian cavalry, as well as, I believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 urbans, 4 Praetorians, and 4 archers. Now, I'm sort of a Prince of Macedon. Well, actually, we're both Prince of Macedon nerds, actually. Apparently, we're both inspired by Prince of Macedon, so if you listen to us put POM near us and stuff, we love you and all that. Anyways, so I would say, though, Prince of Macedon is right when he says that in big money battles, archers are not that useful, especially because, me personally, I don't bring archers because I like to close the distance fast, but, really, like, they aren't that great. But anyways, so at first I was kind of worried, actually. I was fearing that maybe he had, like, hid some assassins in the trees, but I counted it up, and he's got 20 units there, so I figured, yeah, it must be all of it. Oh, one more thing. All my units are gold, and I've got some experience plopped onto a couple of the urbans, and I think, yeah, the urbans and Praetorians. It was a really big money battle. Anyways, my opponent, he starts to pull his cavalry up to go... yeah, sorry there. I didn't notice that cut out. Really, this is why I keep the Triarii around, because now my Praetorians are running from him. He's chasing me. And now I'm running in with my troops, including my Triarii, which are here. So I'm basically rushing in my Triarii to go join the battle. So... he is looping his cav around, and another thing that he did is he didn't actually bring the rest of his army with it, he was just bringing his cav. I think he was trying to neutralize my cav, but whatever it was, he brought his cav around here unsupported, so he comes into attack. And so I basically keep evading him. Well, meanwhile, here come the Triarii. Again, they're really, really cheap, and they're really good at countering cavalry. So he starts pulling back, but I decide to re-engage him just to try and hold his cav there. So, yeah, I believe I managed to get stuck to him. Yeah, here it is. So, I hit his cav. He decides to come around and face me, just because why not? I mean, he says, okay, I'm already engaged. However, unfortunately for me, my Triarii are coming in here to reinforce. That, and I think that my other cav is on its way as well, so yeah. My other Praetorians, because I brought 4, they're on their way. So I peel storm his cav here, my Triarii are moving in. So I do take some casualties, but wham. So my Praetorian cav here hits him right here, does some damage, but more importantly, here come the far flankers. And they're coming around here, ready to do some damage. And basically we pull off a whole canine encirclement here, and he's cut off and I start routing. So basically his cav is, this cav here is toast. They just get ripped out. And yeah, there they go, they all go chain round. So basically this puts me at a good advantage right here. So I just wiped out his cav. Now while this happening is other cav comes in here as well. I'm not sure why these guys come up, but yeah, so they're heading in. And yeah, so I would say, I would say that the flaw in his strategy there was that he didn't bring in the rest of his army as well. If he had deployed the rest of his troops to fight his cavalry, then that could have done more. But he sent them in like alone, which meant, and also he sent them way behind my units, which can be useful, but only if my units are already being pinned. Instead, he just sent them around on their own. Also, he's not trying to contest this hill advantage here, which is also, I'd say, an unwise idea. I'm not sure why he isn't contesting that, but anyways, so I see that he's not going to try and fight me over the high ground, so I form up, basically, my troops up here. Try and get my displaced troops back into line. This is also actually another reason why I think you should have sent his infantry up the hill right away, because right now I've got a lot of my Praetorians and Triarii back up here on the hill, and they're like way behind my lines. Oh, look at all this dead cav. Nice. And so, so basically, if he had hit me right here, right now, really fast, then I would have had some trouble actually getting my army into position and all to be able to counter him. Yeah. Anyways, though, so yeah. Now, this actually, like, I would say this battle here, this isn't exact replication of the Battle of Philippi, but it sort of seems like that's what it would be, because the Battle of Philippi was between, basically, after Brutus and Cassius shanked Caesar in the Senate Hall. Basically, they had this massive civil war, in which Brutus and Cassius went and raised some Eastern legions to go fight for them, and Mark Antony and Caesar's nephew Octavian, he becomes important later, they got together and said, okay, we're going to go kill Brutus and Cassius. By the way, I'm getting all of this from the TV series Rome. But if that's wrong, then don't blame me. Anyways, though, so Brutus, Cassius, Mark Antony, they all get together and decide to, Brutus and Cassius get together, they decide to go fight, and they meet at the plains of Philippi. The plains of Philippi might be the city of Philippi, but they meet at Philippi, and they fight a big-ass battle, and basically Brutus and Cassius both die, and that's the end of that. Yeah, I believe they portrayed in the Shakespeare play. That's just me talking out of my ass because that's what I like to do. Anyways, so he decides to send his cavalry up here again. So this is his other cavalry segment. I'm not entirely sure why. My guess is he's trying to hit my flank while I'm still out of position, but again, he should have sent his whole army to do that. This here is why the Romans, Pila Storm, all that Pila. So nice. Look at that. So nice. I mean, it is true that spamming urban cohorts is really cheap, but it's also really nice. And by cheap, I mean like cheap. You know what I mean by cheap. I mean, they're freaking expensive, but they're worth it. Anyway, so he sends his cav around here, and again, this is why those Triarii are here, because they're ready to take up the slack. I pull my cav back a little bit and all, in the hopes of not engaging when my cav is exhausted. Troops. Anyways, though, so he's again sending his cav on the far flanking movements, which is again it's important, so I'd say that's a problem. Yeah. Anyway, so I chase him here with my cav in the hopes of catching him, and so I catch him, I pin him, and then that'll let me then catch up with my infantry. So we engage here, and this here is really the one bad part for me, because now I've got my cav out here alone, and wham, he hits me and I rout, so that sucks. Fortunately for me, I managed to catch his cav here, and so that Uber cav also gets engaged, and that engagement sucks. But here come the rest of my infantry. Really, it's my infantry that will get this battle. So he just and yeah, my cav, they were already, but they're gonna come back. These guys, I think they keep going, but yeah. So he kills some of my cav, but now he's stuck on infantry, and instead of retreating, he decides to double down and engage, which I would say was a bad idea on his part. I should have just pulled back once he killed my cav, and I just got to go with him. Because now, my Triarii spearmen are basically going to just decimate him, and then, of course, General dies, which is always nice.
The enemy general is killed!
Have time to
fear makes a home in our enemies' hearts!
Alright, so this cav is running, and I say, okay, let him run. They aren't coming back anytime soon. So I start pulling my troops back up here to the high ground on the hill to basically, now that his cav is dead, I'm willing to engage him because he still has his infantry is still really intact. But I would say I'm willing to engage this right now. I mean, my true REI suck and my cav's exhausted and my infantry is really tired. But I would say that since he has no cav, I'm willing to try this. Especially because I have the hill advantage. So basically right now, he's still got a shot at this. Anyways, pretty soon he's gonna swing around his infantry up here so we can have a good fight. Also not sure why he deployed so far back, but so I've got my infantry formed up here, and I'm gonna start moving up soon. In fact, I think I'll hit fast forward for a little bit here, just save some time. Takes a little while for the deployment to happen. We're swapping YouTube information so we can see each other's commentaries. Should be fun. Fast forwarding, deploying my troops here. The thing I do like about Rome Total War is like how the weather changes there. That's kind of cool. Anyways, yeah. So he's starting to move his troops up now. And yeah. So yeah. Oh, by the way, his username is actually Justin315565. But apparently his YouTube username is JustinRyan553, and apparently, like me, he has a little bit. This should be epic and all, totally cross-promoting right here, but heck, if it works for like everything else, then yeah, I mean, if they can do Gangnam style, like, nuts at the Super Bowl, then that's but anyways, if that works at the Super Bowl, then I would say cross-promoting for YouTubers as well. Anyways, so I move my troops up here, and right now I have a really heavily loaded left flank here. Excuse me. Yeah, coughing, but yeah. So this is actually a tactic that was used quite a bit, like a bit in the ancient war, like load up one of your flanks really heavily and then just crush it. So, anyways, I decided to close the distance quickly because his archers are going to wipe me out otherwise. So there they are. Yeah. So basically, I just rush in. Also, I know that if I let him use all his Pila on me, then I'm going to die because he has way more Pila. Anyways, so my urbans here are about to just duke it out with him. And so yeah, now we're duking it out here on the front line. And basically, here it doesn't look all that nice for me because my line here is really thin. But this is the nice part. Specifically, all this junk happening here. I got my cavalry flanking. I got this loaded up really heavily, and those urbans there, they just get smashed. They don't break yet, but they break soon. My Troy are still on their way, but they're coming. But yeah, he's got solid reserves here. But yeah, I start sending the rest of my troops. It's just a lot of weight here on this flank. I can't roll it up quite yet, but I pull back my cav pretty soon, at least. Now, one thing I think was unwise on his part was he didn't deploy his reserves immediately. He should have just pushed his reserves into here to try and move this flank. Instead, he leaves them in place. And, so yeah, I start pulling my cav out for a second charge. Yeah, there we go. His archers are still firing, but they aren't that effective against my troops. But, yeah. I mean, really, archers in a big money battle like this, they just though, of course, they don't So yeah, I've got a lot of weight going down here. I start, these troops I really kept chasing for some reason. But these guys here, they're wavering, and these guys break. And these guys are going to break soon. These guys break, which is actually pretty sad for that, because that was like a... really, they're all breaking now. We're seeing a big mass rout. Basically, this is what the battle's pretty much over by now, and they're just going to keep rolling the flank. And, so, yeah, they break. They break. Because they're about to break. Yeah, I'm going to hit his front. Pretty soon. He's still got some stuff over there. So, yeah, launching in. And, yeah, but by now we're basically saying GG. Good game. And, yeah, that's about it. And so, yeah, that's just about it. Good game to my opponent, Justin. Looking forward to seeing his
Rome will be amazed at such a victory. The day is ours!
It's a lot of fun. Yeah, please check out my YouTube channel. Hopefully more videos soon. And yeah, so that's the battle.